Welcome to the Badass Reset Club, the place where we stop waiting for motivation and start building strength, energy, and resilience. I'm your host, Heather Yancey, speaker, coach, and alignment specialist. And this is the place for women to come to hit the reset wherever they might need it. Let's jump in. Hey there, badass. What are you wearing right now? Yeah, you. What are you wearing? As we record this, it is the height of summer, the dog days of summer, and I'm wearing a pair of shorts. Today, we're talking about wearing the damn shorts because this is a conversation that's come up quite a bit lately with midlife women. And when we're talking about wearing the shorts, I'm not talking about those sensible knee-length shorts that blend politely into the background. No, I'm talking about the bright shorts, the pink ones, the orange ones, the loud patterns. The kind of shorts that enter the room a few seconds before the rest of you does. I've always loved bright, fun shorts. But even as a personal trainer, someone who teaches women to become stronger and feel more confident in their bodies, I used to feel self-conscious wearing them because bright shorts are not exactly camouflage. They draw attention to your legs. And like most women, I have cellulite. There were times when I wondered whether people would look at my legs and think, shouldn't a trainer look smoother than that? Shouldn't a trainer have these perfectly toned legs with no dimples, no loose skin, no evidence that she's an actual human being? I know it sounds ridiculous, but I could be strong, fit, experienced, and completely qualified to help other women and still worry that the back of my thighs might somehow invalidate everything I knew. I think a lot of women understand this feeling. You put on the shorts, you turn around, you catch a glimpse of the back of your legs in the mirror, and suddenly the negotiation begins. Are these too short? Should I wear a longer pair? Should I just put on the freaking leggings? Are people going to notice my cellulite? Should I not cross my legs? Am I too old for these? I mean, at some point, many of us were handed this invisible rule book about which bodies were allowed to wear shorts. Apparently, you need smooth thighs and perfect lighting and a certain body fat percentage and the confidence of a 22-year-old who's never experienced perimenopause. I would like to formally throw that rule book into the trash. And I invite you to as well, because today we're going to wear the damn shorts. So something changed when I was 50. It started to shift the way that I thought about my body. And it wasn't that I suddenly loved every inch of myself in every moment of every day. I don't think confidence requires that. But I began to care much more about what my body could do than how it looked while doing it. Since turning 50, I've hiked the Grand Canyon twice and run the New York City Marathon 3 times. I've stood on trails and caught glimpses of magical mountaintops that were so beautiful. They made everything else seem small. And I started thinking differently about my legs, these legs that carried me down into the Grand Canyon and brought me back out safely again. The legs that carried me for 26.2 miles through the super epic streets of New York City. Yeah, the ones that took me to mountaintops, to finish lines, to places I might never have seen if I was more concerned about how my thighs looked over where they could take me. I mean, at some point, I stopped caring so much about the cellulite. Not because it disappeared. It didn't. Not because I suddenly thought every inch of my body was fine and perfect. I just simply realized I'd spent enough years evaluating my legs as decorations instead of appreciating them for the powerful tools that they are for experiencing my life. You know, once you've stood on the edge of the Grand Canyon and looked out at something so enormous and magnificent, worrying about whether your thighs were smooth starts to feel a little silly. And I'm not saying you need to go do that hike or run those marathons to never experience insecurity again. That's not how it works. But those experiences gave me a different kind of evidence about my body. My legs were strong. My body was capable. I could do hard things. And that evidence began to matter more than the dimples on the back of my thighs. So, yep, I wear the bright shorts, cellulite and all, because I'd rather have legs that carry me to those magical places than legs I keep hidden while waiting for them to look perfect. So let's talk about what cellulite is anyway, because there's so much shame attached to something that's so incredibly normal. Cellulite is the dimpled or uneven appearance that often shows up on the thighs, on the hips, the glutes, and even sometimes the abdomen. Underneath our skin, we have connective tissue, we have fat cells, and we have muscle. The connective tissue pulls in one direction while fat cells push in another direction. And that is what creates the dimpled texture we call cellulite. That's it. It's not a disease. It's a sign that you're normal, not unhealthy. It's not proof that you're lazy. It's not evidence that you aren't training hard enough. Cellulite is skin architecture, not a character flaw. Its appearance can be affected by genetics, by hormones, by skin thickness, connective tissue, fat distribution, age, and changes in your skin elasticity. And yes, body fat can influence how noticeable it is, but cellulite and body fat are not exactly the same thing. You can lose body fat and still have cellulite. You can gain muscle and still have cellulite. You can have incredibly strong legs and still have cellulite. You can train consistently, eat all your macros, sleep well, do all the things, and still have dimples on the back of your legs. Because if you are a human woman, you probably have cellulite. Just a reminder, we are not filtered images. You know, I've worked with some incredibly strong women who lift very heavy, women who do epic adventures, women who go hike those mountains, women who train consistently with their progressive overload and their deloads, doing all the things right. They take excellent care of themselves, and many of them still have cellulite. Fitness changes what your body can do, but it doesn't erase every normal feature of being human. Training can build muscle. It can improve strength, increase bone density, support your joints, improve your heart health, change your body composition, but it cannot completely rewrite your genetics or control the structure of your connective tissue underneath your skin. And this is why I think that we need to look at this differently. We need to separate it from looking fit and being fit, because those aren't always the same thing. A woman can have really smooth legs and not be particularly strong. Another woman could have visible cellulite and be able to deadlift, hike, run, climb, carry all the heavy things. A strong body and a smooth body are not the same thing. Your thighs are not a report card for your workout program. Your cellulite does not mean your exercise isn't working, and your body does not owe anyone visual proof of how hard you train. Personally, I don't train so that my legs can look perfect while I'm standing still. I train so that they can carry me through all those races, hikes, adventures, and the rest of my life. Strong legs can have dimples. Strong glutes can have cellulite. You can be fit without looking filtered. The other problem is that women are constantly moving to this imaginary finish line. They say things to themselves like, I'm going to wear the shorts when I lose 5 pounds. I'll wear them when my legs look more toned. I'll wear them after I finish this workout program. I'll wear them when my cellulite improves. I'll wear them when I feel more confident. But confidence rarely arrives first. We think confidence is this admission ticket. We believe we need to feel confident before we wear the shorts, go to the pool, go to the gym, get in the picture, sign up for the adventure, whatever it is. But confidence is usually the result, not the requirement. We become confident by doing the thing while still feeling a little uncomfortable. So think about how much time women spend waiting for their bodies to become acceptable and acceptable enough to even participate. Like, we avoid going to the pool. We will sometimes go to the back row for pictures or avoid the pictures altogether. We wear leggings in 90-degree weather. We skip the hike or the beach day or the paddleboarding trip with our girlfriends. Or we attend, but we spend the entire time thinking about how our clothing's fitting, pulling on it, positioning ourselves carefully, worrying about what everybody else might be thinking. Meanwhile, most people are so busy worrying about themselves and their own bodies. They're not holding this emergency meeting about the back of your legs, I promise. And even when someone does judge another woman's body, that tells us far more about them than it does about the woman wearing shorts. You don't need to love every inch of your body to stop punishing it. You don't have to stare at your cellulite and declare it beautiful. You can simply decide that it is normal and it no longer gets to control what you're going to wear or how fully you participate in your life. Confidence is not something we magically discover buried underneath the right pair of shapewear. Confidence is evidence that we build. You do something that makes you uncomfortable, you survive that discomfort, you prove that you can trust yourself, and that evidence becomes confidence. That might be lifting a weight you once thought was too heavy. It might be completing your first race, hiking the mountain you didn't think you could climb, starting over after a setback, walking into a new gym, speaking up in a meeting, entering a room where you feel intimidated, or wearing the bright shorts after 30 years of hiding your legs. Wearing shorts doesn't sound like a hard thing, but honestly, for a woman who spent decades believing that her legs needed to be hidden, it can be an act of courage. The shorts are not the achievement. The freedom is. The freedom to move without constantly adjusting your clothing. The freedom to stay cool when it's hot outside. The freedom to participate. The freedom to be in the picture, the freedom to think about the adventure instead of thinking about your thighs. Every time you choose participation over perfection, you build confidence. Every time you do something challenging, you collect evidence. You begin to say, I can handle discomfort. I can trust myself. My body is capable. I've done hard things before. I know I can do them again. That's exactly what the Grand Canyon gave me. That is what marathons have given me. Those experiences did not change the appearance of my body nearly as much as they changed my relationship with it. They helped me understand that confidence does not come from finally creating a body that no one can criticize. That body doesn't exist. Confidence comes from knowing what you have done, what you can handle, and what your body has carried you through. This is one of the reasons too that I just am so in love with Robin Arzón and her messaging right now. You know, she's brought the wear the shorts message to her Peloton following. And I love seeing strong fitness professionals remind women that cellulite doesn't disqualify them from whatever they want to do. Visibility matters. When the only legs that we see in fitness have been posed or smoothed or filtered or professionally lit, normal skin starts to look abnormal. And then women look at themselves and wonder, oh, what's wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you. The image that you're comparing yourself to might not even be real. When someone like Robin shows up strong and confident and unapologetic, it gives other women permission to stop treating cellulite like a shameful secret. She's not telling women to stop caring for themselves. She's reminding them that taking care of yourself and hiding yourself are not the same thing. You can care about your health. You can set the fitness goals. You can build the muscle. You can change your body composition if that's something that you want to do. And you can wear the damn shorts today. You don't have to wait until you reach that imaginary finish line. So I think that we need to make this official. I think we need a Wear the Damn Shorts club. And I want it to become the club that every woman wants to be a part of. So here's the rules. I have 6 of them. Rule number 1, we do not apologize for normal skin texture. Rule number 2, we do not put our lives on hold while waiting for a different body. Rule number 3, when another woman wears the shorts, we cheer her on silently or loudly, whatever feels appropriate in that moment. Rule number 4, we stop assuming everyone is examining our thighs. Most people are busy thinking about themselves. Rule number 5, we choose comfort, movement, adventure, and participation over hiding. And rule number 6, bright shorts are always encouraged. So let's pinky swear, ladies. This summer, we will not wait until our bodies are smoother, smaller, younger, or somehow more acceptable. We will put on the shorts. We will walk out the door and we will get on with living. Will your cellulite disappear the moment you join the club? Nope, absolutely not. But you might discover that the world keeps spinning. Remember, nobody's calling that emergency meeting about your legs. And you might actually have a great time. Your body was never supposed to be this perfectly smooth decoration. It's the vehicle carrying you through your life. Those legs might have cellulite, but they also do some epic things. They lift the weights, they climb the hills, they carry the groceries, they chase the kids, maybe even the grandkids. They walk into hard conversations. They cross those finish lines. They hold you up when life gets difficult. Your legs are not decorations. They're your transportation. And maybe your version of wearing the damn shorts is not actually about shorts. Maybe it's taking that trip that you've talked about for so long, or really getting into the picture, the photo, going to the pool, walking into the gym, climbing towards your own magical mountaintop, whatever it is. Stop waiting for your body to look different before you allow it to live fully. Confidence doesn't come from becoming so flawless that no one can judge you. It comes from deciding that criticism, real or imagined, does not control your life. So this is your invitation. Join the club. Bring your dimples, bring your strong thighs, bring your pale legs, your scars, and whatever else you've been trying to hide. And I'll be there in that club in my bright shorts, maybe with some tanning lotion on my legs, because I do like a tan leg. But wear the damn shorts. And by all means, bring a friend to the club, because the club is open for everyone. Thanks for listening. Now let's go shopping.